Hi friends, I'm Emily and I love flowers, and now we're going to do something really great. Who likes to explore? Raise your hand. I want to see all those hands out there. I love to explore. And this time, it might be a little tricky to explore because we're inside a lot more, but don't worry, we can even explore inside. So I want you to get your thinking caps on, and I want you to think about places that you can go to get flowers, maybe some blooming branches, some plants, some leaves, or let's see, what else could you find? Anything in your house, apartment, or backyard, or maybe even a park if you go for a walk. We are going to explore and bring the inside or the outside inside with us to make us happy. And right now we're going to learn how to press flowers. Are you excited? Have you ever pressed flowers? It's amazing. You take a big beautiful flower and you put it between some books and you smash it and it flattens it, and then you can use it for all these amazing projects. So I'm going to show you right now how to do that. So first of all, you need to explore. So you need to get some flowers or leaves or blossoms or even some grass, anything. You can even cut a leaf off of your parents' houseplant. Don't tell anyone. But anyway, so let's get started. I have a bunch of flowers right here. Look at these beautiful petals. I have this really nice rose, some more daisies, and I got some green leaves. So all you're gonna need is something to press, some heavy books, a couple of pieces of paper towel, and if you have it, cardboard, but don't worry if you don't have it. So first of all, we're going to get a piece of cardboard and we're gonna put it on the bottom. And then we need 2 pieces of paper towel. So what I'm going to do is this flower, it's not too thick, so I think it'll work okay. It might take a couple days longer to dry because the center is so thick, but I think we're gonna be all right. So I'm gonna put that down. You wanna get rid of as much of the stem as possible. So I'll show you right here. That one already had the stem off. But what we're going to do is we're gonna cut as close to the top of the flower as possible. Okay, now this one, I'm going to show you as well. You can even take the petals off and press them individually. So I'm going to take a couple of these really beautiful purple petals and I'm just going to lay them down on the paper towel. Now you want to make sure that they're not too close together, that they have a little bit of room. And then we have this rose right here, and this rose is too thick. It will take so long to press because it's so thick, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these beautiful orange petals and we're gonna take one at a time and we're gonna press those. Now actually, this petal doesn't look very good, so we're gonna get rid of that. We're not gonna press that. We only wanna press things that look really fresh and beautiful. So we're gonna go like this. And I've got a bunch of stuff on my paper towel. Then we're going to take, oh, actually, you know what? I forgot. I'm going to add a couple green leaves because I really like the color green. So I want to be able to use that in some of my projects. Okay, so we're going to put the second paper towel, we're going to put it right over the flowers. And this is the fun part. We're going to get some books. Now I picked the heaviest books I could find in my apartment because you really want it to be heavy, so when you put it down on top of the flowers, press it really hard and the weight of the books presses the flower in between the paper towel, and the paper towel absorbs all the moisture of the flower as it dries. Now this is the tricky part. You're gonna have to wait. And I don't know about you, but I hate to wait sometimes. But if you wait 4 to 5 days, maybe a little longer depending on how thick your flowers are, you're going to have amazing pressed flowers. Now because we want to do this project right now, I already pressed some flowers a few days ago so that we can work on it together. So I'm going to move these over to the side and I'm going to check those in a couple days. But these ones, I already pressed. So I'm gonna get my cardboard and my paper towel, and I'm going to move the books back. And we are all ready to go. Are you excited? This is what they're going to look like in a few days. You pull the paper towel up, and you have these amazing pressed flowers. Now, the trick is you want to test it. Is it dry or does it feel wet? If it feels wet, it's not ready. You're gonna have to put the towel back over the flowers and put it under books for a couple more days. But these ones feel great. The petals are nice and dry. Even these flower blossoms are nice and dry. Those look amazing. So I'm excited we're gonna be able to use those in our project. All right, I did a couple more. So now we're gonna look at some more flowers. This one is one of my favorite ones. Look at that purple flower. That's what it's going to look like, that flower that we just put in the paper towel a few minutes ago. And then these beautiful rose petals. Okay, so we got that one. And this one, oh yeah, I pressed a couple leaves, so we're all ready to go. Okay, so now we have our flower petals. We're ready to go. What can you do with your pressed flowers now that you have them? Well, I'm excited to show you. Has anyone ever used Mod Podge? If you don't have it, don't worry. Elmer's glue, regular Elmer's glue, will work just fine as well. But this is what you're going to create. So I found this jar. It's actually a jar that used to be spaghetti sauce, but I painted it pink. And then look, I put these leaves right on the jar with the Mod Podge, and now I have this beautiful jar. I could use it as a bank. I could use it as a vase. I could take the lid off and put beautiful flowers in. There's so many options. But today I want to show you how to make a card. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour just a little bit of the Mod Podge into a plate, and I have this nifty little foam brush. And what I'm going to do, now I want my flower to be right in the center of the page. So I'm going to put a little bit of Mod Podge down. Now you can see where it is. It's a little bit white. And then I'm going to carefully, if I can, this looks a little tricky. You're going to want to be careful and carefully pick up the flowers. Now I forgot to grab mine for this, but if you have a pair of tweezers at home, that is the best way to pick these flowers up. But since I didn't grab them, I'm just going to try to be really careful and pull this flower up. It's a little tricky. Uh-oh. There we go. It's working perfectly. Okay, then I'm going to lay my flower. It's a little tricky to get all the blossoms going the right way. I'll lay my flower on the cardstock. Now, cardstock would probably be the best to use because it's a little bit thicker, but don't worry, any kind of paper you have at home will be fine. I'm going to take a little bit more Mod Podge, and I'm going to just gently coat the top of the card. Now look how amazing, whoops, got a little stray petal that doesn't want to stay in. So you can just kind of adjust it with your fingers. Just be really careful. Well, maybe we'll just pull that out since it doesn't want to stay in. Okay, and then you have a beautiful card. You need to let it dry. Once it dries, it will go clear. And then you can send a thank you card or tell someone that you love them or anything that you want. You have this beautiful card that you can then use. All right. Next, I was thinking it would be fun to make a bookmark. Could use just a couple petals. And I'm going to cover this. I cut a nice long piece of paper already so I can use this for my bookmark. And I'm going to stick those petals on. It looks so fun. I'm just going to overlap them for fun shapes. I love these rose petals dried. They feel so cool, and look how thin they are. I love it. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more Mod Mod Podge to my plate. And I'm just going to carefully put the Mod Podge on top. Oops. You have to be a little tricky or a little careful. They can be tricky because they'll stick to the paintbrush. That's okay, you can fix it. All right. Okay, so once you get your petals onto your paper, then you can punch a hole and put either a ribbon or some twine through it, and you have a beautiful bookmark. All right, friends, these were just a couple ideas on ways that you can use your pressed flowers after you go exploring and after you press them to make all these incredible projects. Maybe you can gift them to your siblings or your aunt or uncle or your grandparents. I bet they would love them.